Sorry for that. I just was responding to something. Hello everyone and welcome though. Um, Today we're gonna see a mix of speed, strategy, and a little bit of luck to inevitably find out who's gonna win. Hi, I am Aiden Johnston. New podcaster, I guess. But I'll be the play-by-play announcer for uh the Daytona 250. Um, I hopefully will do other races this season, but this is my first time, so well, not first time commentating, but first time commentating in the league. So a little bit of how do I say this? It's going to be some. There's gonna be some learning curves that because this is different than anything I've really done. Mostly, I have the starting lineup pulled up, and I'm just waiting for them to get everything situated. Yep, there we go. Okay. So I have the lineup. It looks like AJ and Jackson will be the front row from what I've seen. Yeah. I'm not gonna go too in depth. We don't have much time. At least what I think. So I can actually check because they're telling people to join now, so I can check where they are about. Check how much time I have, and then we can kind of go on a pre-race stuff. They are up to 31st right now, so they have a couple more drivers, at least 34th starting position. Actually, it's now going further. It's probably like 33rd now. So yeah, a lot of interesting names. The draft is, as people will say, the big equalizer, and we'll see that in full effect today. The cars, we're racing the next gen cars, so a lot of drag, a lot of draft. It's going to be very interesting. We should see both lines in effect. At least that's what I've kind of known from racing these cars and watching races with these cars. On the starting grid, we have 40 people showing up, but I think it's probably gonna be closer to 30. We're in that range of 30 to 40. I don't exactly know how many cars we're gonna get. I'm just waiting for the to join. Trying to look. Alright. Yeah. Where's the stages? And I can. Yeah. I've. Hold on a second. Yeah. Stages are in the lap 30 and then the lap 60. I will find someone's stream, I hope. I'm pretty sure like Sharp or something. Was I just talking this whole time with just my controller dead? I probably was, to be honest. No, I'm gonna figure that out. Why did I just do that? Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. I just did something. I totally forgot why I did it. Of course. Just seems like an average thing to do. There we are. There we are. No, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm just trying to figure out if I. Just seems like an average thing. There we are. Of course. Just seems like an average thing to do. Oh, whoops. There we are. Alright, it sound. I think my mic was on the whole time, just whatever. For whatever reason. Panic. I panicked for a second. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. Yeah. I know about half the fields. There are some guys I don't know. So, I can't give a full, kind of, I can't give like a description of how certain drivers race. I mean, I don't think it'll matter. It's Daytona. But yeah, track position will be a key thing. You obviously cannot win the race from like 30th place. So if you, we're gonna see a lot of guys try to get up to the front, get points obviously in the stages because that's a thing. But really keep up. You want to stay in the. Hold on. Yeah, you want to stay in the pack, obviously, but you want to stay near the front the whole time if you can. So we'll see guys, when they get up to the front, they'll not want to give it up, obviously. Because it's a super speedway race, we're going to see a lot of teamwork between the teams. But yeah, we'll see a lot of teammates working together with each other, a lot of team alliances probably. So it'll be really, really interesting. It's really just going to be trying to stay up at the front. If you cannot do that, you'll easily get shuffled back. And yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we have people that start in the back that kind of just chill out. Because as much as, yes, track position's key, you don't want to put yourself in a wreck by gunning for 25th or 20th. So I wouldn't be surprised if guys that start in like the 30s or late 20s decide to kind of have a more laid back approach to it. It's something I would do. But yeah. Yeah. Should be pretty good. Hold on. I think they're just, yeah. I think they have mostly, most of the stuff done. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do the first couple rows of drivers. I may go to like 10th. I may go down further. I'm just gonna name off the rows until, well, the starting lineup until we can kind of get actually, until we're able to join. Okay, well, maybe not until we're able to join, but just until I get sick of it, I guess. Alright, so obviously I said AJ Knickel and Jackson Altman will be starting on the front row. Very, very interesting. They both qualified, so they entered the duels. I'm guessing they entered the duels with already knowing they're in the on the front row. Then duel 1 winner was Zach Preston. I didn't watch any of the duels, so I couldn't tell you how it happened, but yeah, Zach Preston is the duel 1 winner, and Musa Usman is the duel 2 winner. Then followed up by second places in both duels, with James McDowell and hold on, I'm really dumb. Justin Carty. Then hold on. Michael Barker and Haley Tate. Tanner Waskowicz. I probably botched that. And Alexander Brown. That is your top 10. Yeah, so gonna be very interesting, to say the least. I think the guys, it's gonna be very interesting to see the outside can stay working. Like if, yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of people instantly bail when they get the shot, bail on the outside, and just go straight down to the bottom. I wonder if people are not gonna bail and stay, but probably people will, knowing the bottom is probably the preferred, not probably, it is the preferred lane. It's just if you want to make moves, you go to the outside. Yeah. So, definitely going to be very, very interesting. There's a lot of questions that will be answered once we get into the race, obviously. I'm kind of just talking and waiting to get the call in to the lobby. Yeah. Gonna be very, very interesting. Congratulations, young one. Just reading Discord right now. Waiting for the race. Hendrick is the last guy that is supposed to join, so Cade Allman. I said his name wrong. Cade Allman. My bad. I'm sorry, Hendrick. I did not mean to mess up your name. Apparently he is in now, so we should be able to get racing soon. I need a stream from someone in the race. People watching the stream right now, I would like to get one if I can. Or I'm just gonna also say that in the Discord, because that's probably something I should say. So that is in the race. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but that's a train going by. I live by train tracks, because why not? But it's kind of annoying when I do league races and then all of a sudden there's a train just blasting its horn. And especially when I have my window open in the summer. Oh, that's worse. It's fun. It's funny though, sometimes. Sometimes. In supplement. Okay. I'm checking. I have one from, let's see, Hoffman has a stream up. I'm gonna try to see if I can get and see. Most people are in. We have 33 people in the lobby right now. Very cool. Don't know why I clicked. Actually, that's fine. Who do I want to... I just got like so many POVs. I just got so many POVs for no reason. I just got 3 POVs. Okay. Who do I want to do? Party audio included for that guy's stream. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Visit, yeah, okay. It includes paid promotion. Oh my god. Cool. Yeah, they're just sitting in the lobby waiting. I'm guessing they're waiting around for more people. That would be my guess. I don't know why they wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting stuff sorted out. It looks like most things are set up, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get going any minute now. 2 people watching the stream. I'm gonna go and see if I can like watch this on, if I can go back and find this on the, where is it, on the socials there. On the, where is it, yeah. I'm just trying to figure something out. Sorry for the pause for a second. Watch the 43, okay. I don't know if that was directed to me, but yeah. I guess I'm watching the 43, I guess. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I just got an invite, so yeah, I already have invites, so that's good. We'll let you know when you can join. I just got spammed with invites. We're just chilling. We are just chilling. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna, make sure I did that. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Alright. Like, I have invites, it's just, guys, I apologize, we might miss the green flag. I was a, oh, now we can. Okay, good. Okay. We kind of messed it up a tiny bit. We're fine now, we're fine now. Safari, that's where I have electric stream up. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be, we're not gonna get the green flag. We're gonna, like, load in, and it's gonna be, like, halfway through lap 1. That's what happens when you click on the wrong notification, and, yeah, sad. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm still loading in. Anyways, green flag is dropped. Hold on. Oh, man. I'm just confused what just happened, so... I think they're all just getting in line. That might be what's happening. Yeah, they're all getting in line. Okay. Alright, good. I just had like just a moment where I was like, what's happening? But yeah. So we're on lap 1 right now. This is a pace lap. AJ is the 18, obviously. Jackson in second. Zach in third. Musa is in, I just had a brain fart, fourth. Who is going to pit? Will anyone pit? Jackson's getting up second too. A lot of people in the back pitting. The 12 is in, along with the 16. I'm trying to scroll through. Yeah, most of the front guys did. Sharp is in. Hunter. A lot of guys in the back definitely are in. So we will see how this works out. It looks like most of the top 15 or so stayed out, while everyone in the back peeled off. Yeah. Yes, I want to open in Twitch, yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, that was loud. I'm just having fun up in the booth right now. There's not much to say so far. I can hear that, and it's like 3 feet away from me. Probably should turn that down. Alright, trying to find back up to the front here. We're getting our way there. There we are. Alright. AJ currently leads under caution. Yeah. Definitely looks like there was choose cone there. Again, I don't have, I would have to open like 7 different tabs up for me to actually, like, I have to like have like completely too many different phones or something to understand all of this. So I'm just kind of going with the flow. Anyways, AJ is on the bottom. He's going to lead the bottom. He's going to be the leader of the race. Now, I need to go and find the rosters so I can actually, I don't even need the rosters. Why do I need the rosters? You know what? We're kind of just going to say, because it's about to go green. Green flag is waving. We are back underway in Daytona. AJ leads us to the green. Hold on. Yeah, we already see most people on the bottom already, well, most people on the top already abandoned. Now we see most people on the bottom. A little bit of a gap between most cars at the front. Again, you don't want to get bumper locked. You do want to push, but you don't want to get bumper locked. That's a thing that happens with these cars. If you get all on someone's bumper and they hit the apron, most of the time that also sends you either up the track or whatever, and it really can cause you or them to wreck and cause huge checkups further in the back, and especially when we look at how many people are already in the race. AJ is going to lead this lap, Zach in behind him, Musa behind him. It looks like Tanner's going up. I can't tell if he's dropping to the back. It looks like he is, yeah. He let the 66 car by, and he's letting the whole bottom lane by now. Yeah, again, we see the top 3 not really pushing. It looks like the top 5. There's kind of everyone. It looks like most people are kind of trying to ride right now. We can even in like a lap or two venture to the back and see who's back there and all that stuff. I'm trying to find who the 66 is. Again, new to the rosters. Michael Barker is the 66. That's Speed Racer. That's his PSN. Yeah, most guys kind of sitting in line right now, except for a couple guys all the way at the top. It looks like the 19, the 23, the 1. Because a lot of these guys aren't pushing. Whoa, the 48 had a moment. A lot of these guys aren't pushing. It's allowing guys on to jump up to the outside and potentially gain positions. 3 wide, that's not going to work. The 99 of Boom got sent down to the track. He's on the apron. 43 also went on to the apron for a second. They all got sorted out though. That was all from Tanner's POV. I was kind of flipping through camera, so we didn't get to see his actual POV, but that was, the camera was pointing at him. Whatever, that. That's what to say. A lot of single file, a couple cars side by side. We see 19 side by side with 23. I'm trying to look through the field to see who is where, and see kind of the different packs. Also drivers in the packs. Hendrick, who was one of the last guys, Kate Allman, however you want to say. He's in the 7 car. He's in about the middle of the pack right now. He's one of the guys that's capitalized and been able to make his way up through all the checkups. We see checkups is going to be one of the big things of this race. Oh, car in the wall, crash. It's the 78. It looked like it was mostly one car, but there's going to be a caution for that. Everyone's going to back down. Yeah, it just looked like, again, we were talking about checkups, and that was just the cause of wreck. We talked about how you don't necessarily want to be bumper locked. Some people will be bumper locked, and that's what will happen. I'll keep causing wrecks, and yes. But that was just a product of a big checkup from people lifting either to back off or run or whatever. It kind of accordion back, and once it got back to about Hendrick and the cars around where we were watching, it kind of just caused a huge checkup. It looked like the 48 was trying to make a run, and it just caused a huge checkup. And well, the 48 didn't cause a huge checkup, but it sent the 48 into the wall. The 78 was on his outside, and it just caused the 78 to spin. English, please. Anyways, we are now on, I can't see actually what lap it is, but I can only guess it's about lap 4. The 27 decided to take the road course, the backstretch chicane. I think there was someone else in the back that did it. I couldn't tell who. 78. Actually, who is the 78? Let's figure that out. Again, I'm going through all these guys trying to figure out names, so later in the race I'll have a good understanding of who is what. It is Cody the Bear, which is Cody Matherly. I think I said his name right. Yeah. So he is a 78. He is the one who was the main cause in the wreck. Not necessarily his fault, but he was the main person that spun. A couple guys stayed out. We're gonna go and try to find who did. It looked like the 18, the 42, the 15, and I'm trying to see who that is. The 47. But yeah, pretty much everyone behind them all just pitted. You want, especially if you're kind of in the middle of the pack, you want to do the opposite of the leader, because clearly something isn't working, or you need to get track position, or you need to get on a different strategy, and this is how we do. This is how you do it. Going on a completely different strategy, so a lot of people pitted. Some guys maybe in the back decided to stay out just because, well, why not? Track position we say is big, so that's a good way to gain track position. But yeah, so we see, I'm pretty sure the first car that pitted is the 11, but it may be the 4. I'm trying to fact check that right now. I'm pretty sure it's the 11 though. Yeah, I think it's the 11. The 11 of Musa is the... I'm scrolling through so many cameras right now. The 11 of Musa right here. He's going to pick the top. He is on the freshest tires. He's going to lead speed up on the outside. And the 16 is going to follow this, the 16 of Jackson Altman. Who started second in this race, then Electric behind him, Hendrick, and then the 14, 23, 78, 1, and 99 to not Trackhouse, but in IRL Trackhouse cars that picked the top. I don't know what team they are right now. I could probably check that, but I'm not going to check that right now. The leader is the 18 car. He will be able to control whenever he wants to go in the restart zone. The 11's just going to be up for guessing. Yeah, the 18 went late, got him a great jump, but the 11 was able to time it decent enough to the point where he could get clear. He is going to get clear. He's going to try to pull a 66 with them, and maybe the 16. He's going to have to take it at one point. There he goes. He gets in behind the 18. Now the 66 left on the outside with the 16 and 17. Yeah, a couple cars behind them all kind of spread out. The 17 of Electric went down. Speed's going down also. And that's going to leave Jackson up on the outside all by his lonesome. All on, whatever. Yeah, we see for about probably first 15 cars or so, it is single file. Further in the back though, it is the opposite of single file. We see the 55. We see the 31, the 38, 23 is left on the outside. That's kind of the product of when you're not able to get down. The 23 finally got down, but you lose so much track position. The race that track position matters, it can sting, and no matter what part of the race it is. However, the 23, he just jumped a bunch of cars. It looked like there was a checkup. Not a big one, but enough for the 23 to jump out of the line all by himself and able to get up ahead of the 55. Pretty much single file for most of the fun, except for the couple cars going for a run. That's Speed, that is Electric, that is Jackson and Hendrick, all working together, trying to get something to happen. They're gonna need more cars though. The bottom's just more organized right now and has way more cars. A decent bunch of drivers up on the outside. It's just, it's not gonna be enough. It's like a 6v, what, 15? I don't know why I keep saying 15 a lot, but it does look like 15 cars. So that's just never gonna work, and that's gonna, you see how much track position they lost. Speed and like Jackson, Electric, they were around 7th, 5th place or so. Well, 5th or 7th place, somewhere around there. And now they are all the way back here. I mean, they didn't lose that much. They got lucky. But you see Hendrick, he's the opposite of lucky right now. He's all on the outside. Check up again. 66 tried to take it. He's gonna fall back in ahead of the 17. It looks like these guys are trying to work together, make something happen. I mean, it makes sense. They don't They don't want to just sit in line. They don't want to ride, but it's causing a huge checkup. You can see it accordion back right into many cars. I think the 99 and the 23 almost wrecked each other because how bad the checkup was. That is the pros and the cons of making a run, and especially a big run like this. If they get all connected, it can work. They didn't take it that time. The 23 did though, and now you see everyone kind of check up. 17 hit the glitch. That's electric. He's going to get following right behind the 78, I think that is. Now he hit the apron again. That's going to allow more cars to get by, and he is just hoping he can get up the speed faster. Yeah, a lot of guys do not want to be content riding, which is very fair. It's just sometimes you have to ride and take the track position while you can, otherwise you'll lose it. We see AJ, we see Musa, we see Zach. They have not made a move all race yet. Look where they are. 1, 2, 3. They have pretty much been pretty clean so far, and that's why they are 1, 2. Same with the 15. 47's been up there a decent amount. The 14 also. He started on the outside, I'm pretty sure, and he was one of the guys that got down pretty fast. Again, another run headed by the 6 on the outside. I almost said 16. 16 is behind them though, so I almost got it right. We just again, not enough help. They need more cars, and they're not pulling enough cars. If anything, it looks like they're pulling less cars. It also is probably because that second pack, there's 2 different packs right now we see, and this second pack is working very hard to get back up. They're gonna have to get back up if they want a shot. But when they do get up there, if they do, they probably will. But when they do, they will have a huge run, and they're gonna almost be forced to take it. So we're gonna see. It's probably gonna be off of 4. We see Hendrick in the 7 car pushing the hell of the 38 car. 38's gonna take the run. The 55 was able to do a good job at kind of breaking up the run. He backed off, basically forced the 38's hand before 38 wanted to, and now, oh, huge checkup you saw on the outside. You saw cars kind of bounce with how hard they hit the car ahead of them. But now they have more cars, a little more organized. They're getting more cars as it goes. They gained one, then they lost one, and now they lost another one as the 51 went down. But that also caused a checkup, and they're just checking up more. That's allowing the outside to get get a bigger head of steam and kind of get more momentum now as the bottom starts to work together and have less checkups. That's just the outside just isn't working as much. They get the run off the corner though. That's one advantage with the outside. You do get the run off the corner if you do it right, and right now they're doing it as hard as they can, as best as they can. The 17 went up, another checkup sending the 4 out of line, and that caused the 66 to gain some momentum. The 66 and the whole outside lane. 38 almost in the wall. 7 almost in the wall. 66 goes down. 14. Oh, whoa. It looked like 66 won to help the 14. 14 didn't have enough pace, and he said no. And that's going to send the 14 back a couple cars and almost caused a wreck, as the 7 you see is left on the outside. Same in the 14 and another car too. Looks like that 2 car also went up to the high lane for some reason. You see the 66 immediately, once he got track position, he immediately tries to make a move, thinks better of it though. This is kind of what we're talking about. It's risk versus reward. The reward for the 66, well, he can win the stage. The risk, he can not get any points. So this is the risk versus reward that you kind of see going on. And we still have a decent amount left in the stage. 66 takes the run. The 51 doesn't. Check up on the bottom. They're still checking up. The 31 takes it. The 18 of AJ gives them draft. Doesn't do much though. It just kind of pulled them along about a car length. Not enough though to make anything happen from it. The 51 got under the 31, hurting their momentum. 66 bailed. That's going to leave the 51 on the outside. Cars are pitting. 3 cars. It looks like the 15, 47, and 14. This is where we see some guys are going to be doing so many different strategies. We're going to see a lot of different kind of strategies happening, which is very interesting. Also, I do have to kind of mention something. The either 99 or 66 or both. Well, I'm pretty sure both. Both pitted on that last stop. Same with the 11. I'm pretty sure. So on that last caution, so they can go longer than the 18, the 42. So that'll be very interesting to see how they work that in. If they do, we see the 18 and 42 going in. The 31's left out to dry as the 38 sent his nose in that gap and allowed himself to gain a position that really hurt the 31. We see he's still losing positions. Again, 2 packs. The second pack led by Tanner as they get right up to the back bumper. We see a car almost in the wall, and it looks like the last car in line. Just up ahead of Speed is a move for the lead. Here comes Boom with Jackson and Speed, and there is more help on the outside than the bottom. First pass we've seen for the lead so far, as that was actually on track and not for car pitting. Musa was able to lead, but he got ganged up on as the 18, who he was working with pretty much the whole race so far, pitted, and that left him out to dry. He has the 19 behind him now. We see the 66 again backing up for a run. We've seen this as a common trend from the 66. Will he take it though? No, he won't. And that's going to cause a tiny bit of a checkup as they adjust to the pace of the cars ahead. I wouldn't say necessarily adjust, more hit the car ahead. We see a couple cars just out ahead of the leaders. Those guys, I'm guessing, have pitted already. And this is the issue with guys pitting early, is this whole pack is running seconds faster than any other pack on the track right now, which is really hurting them. It looks like a car, I think there's the one that just peeled off and pitted. He was by himself basically. But what I'm trying to say is these guys are probably going 2 seconds faster than pretty much any other pack, which the other guys that did pit, they're just losing a lot of time right now. This is going to cost them potentially what could be the stage unless something bad happens to this pack or a caution. A caution would be best case scenario for the guys that pitted. They are just hoping to stay on the lead lap before a caution comes out. If not, then they are basically screwed out of this race. The 78 jumped up to a high lane and thought better of it. 17 did also for a second, but they both bailed. 24 and 38 tried to make a run, did not happen. Again, we're seeing most guys are probably close on their field, probably pitting the next couple laps. I can actually check that now. Never mind, I can't, because Electric just doesn't want to have his fuel up for some reason. But he does not have his fuel light on, so that means they don't have 2 laps of fuel left. Now, Electric, he's also not necessarily leading the pack, so he might have more fuel than some other people. Example, Boom. But that doesn't really matter, because, yeah, they're still pretty decently far away, a couple laps away from pitting, which is just going to allow them to gain more time. We see a car in the pits. Looks like they've had a very unlucky day. It's the 3 car. Looks like he pitted by himself. We see the 78. I think that is. Is that the 78? No, it's not the 78. That's the 15. Yeah, it's 15. Yep. 15 and the 4 are both working together, but they are going a lap down, so they pull up to high lane, not trying to affect with the leaders, which the leaders very appreciate that. That 51 car looks destroyed. Obviously, probably just visual damage. They probably already got that repaired under a caution, but that 51 looked destroyed. We see that with like the 99 per se of Boom. He has heavy damage on his nose, but that doesn't matter because that's just visual. Because to him, he probably already got that repaired. We see the same a bit with the 16, but we'll see that a common trend as the race goes on with cars that look like they have damage when they really don't. So let's go through the field, not through the field, but let's just find other packs. We see this pack. This is the main pack that I was talking about, that we're going slower. They're probably not necessarily going 2 seconds slower, but they're definitely going slower than that big, huge pack of about I want to say 20 cars. It might be less. It might be like somewhere closer to 15. But that is still a lot compared to, what is this, a 6-car pack? So it is, the time is ticking. They need this big pack to start pitting and start peeling off. Someone almost did that. Looked like the 31. I don't know if he debated it or he just did it for fun, but he decided not to in the end. Electric shows his fuel and he tuned away immediately as I was about to look at it. Are you kidding me, Electric? I'm just gonna, I'll wait till it shows us fuel again. I want to see the fuel situation. There he goes, he shows it again. 7 laps of fuel. They still have a long ways to go on fuel. I really would, I'm gonna check at the line how many laps are left in the, stage. But yeah. A 100 lap race, 50% race in for settings wise. So I want to check what how many to go there is. I'm trying to do math in my head right now. They're on lap 26 right now, I think. 5 to go in the stage. There's a run on the outside, and Tanner just bailed on it, and Electric, he tried to go up, but he bailed on it also. Electric now goes up, huge checkup, almost wrecking Tanner and cars behind him. 43, 48 also with cars that could have wrecked. 43 is trying to take advantage of it, sending Electric 3 wide in the middle. Crash, it's the big one! The whole field behind is wrecked, just like that. Electric is screaming damn for whatever reason. That was a huge wreck. And it looks like there will be a caution. We are probably going to see either what could be a green-white checkered, or what could be, I forget. What could be a green-white checkered, or we could just, yeah, we might have to go into overtime. I don't think we do, though. I don't think we do. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm pretty sure we just hit 4 to go. So we are on 4 to go right now. Very interesting to see who will try to flip the stage here. Because we know some guys will pit at the stage caution, some guys will decide to pit now. The difference, what we mean by flipping the stage, is usually we see this on road courses, but now that we have a caution here, this can happen, especially with track position mattering so much. You might want to pit on this stop here, or on this caution here, and then stay out during the stage break. That could be a big important thing that happens. Yeah, that can be very important though, if that is how it does work. I kind of want to join the communication so I know what's happening. So I'm just gonna do that with my mic muted. Okay, pits are open this time. I think they're talking about free pass right now. Pits are open this time again. We heard, yeah, we see the 99 pit, the 51. Yeah, those guys, what I can almost guess, will be flipping the stage. These guys that stayed out, they're going for the stage points. Now, track position doesn't necessarily matter if you know what to do and know how to get back to the front. But it is really tough, and that's why. Now, if you win the stage here, or like get like a top 5 in the stage, you'll probably be in a solid position. You might net out like 15th or so, if I had to guess. So it might not all be doom and gloom for these guys that do stay out, but these guys are mainly going for the stage points. I wouldn't be surprised if flipping the stage is something that happens. .42 apparently won the race off of well, maybe not didn't win the race off pit road, but he beat whoever it was. He beat the 7 off. I'm trying to find where that thing is happening. Let me see the 42. I don't know if he actually beat the 7 off. He may be actually behind the 7. I heard that he beat the 7 off. I don't know if he actually did. A lot of guys pulling off either to just drop to the back or save fuel, or both. We see the 50 car doing that right now. He's taking a little mow through the grass right now. As we see cars doing choose cone, Jackson is the leader. The 11 of Musa's on the outside. Who will go with Musa? It's going to be the 2, the 9, the 23, the 47, 15, and I think that is the 51, 99, 48. I'm basically just naming everyone on the outside. A lot of people in the mid-pack, that guys that were first cars about that pitted, those guys, a lot of them picked the outside. A lot of them did. It's going to be very interesting, though. If the outside can stay all organized up, they can be good. That's it. We are back green. Jackson leads us to the green. I will check at the line how many laps we have to go in the stage. We have 2 to go in the stage. The 17 of electric, I think, just forced the 50 car. That was somewhere, that was for 28th. But, you know, every position matters. Talking about every position matters, the cars on the outside are trying to gain as much positions. We see Zach on the outside trying to get the draft from the car's head. I think he's too far back, though. The 12 is going to make a move to the outside of him. Car in the wall, 38. They're almost wrecking behind. Jackson pulls up to the high lane, not trying to give draft. Off turn 4. Here comes the 66 with help from the 11 and the 19. 1 to go this time. Look in the back. 3 wide for the lead. Moose up the middle. He's going to take it. The 66 has help though on the outside. The help is gone. The 11 to the lead. He has help from the 19. The 66 is going to have one last shot. Same with the 19 and anyone else behind. Jackson just passed below the yellow. Who knows what's going to be the call on that. Now the 19 in the sucker hole. Here comes the 66. He's going to get the run out for potentially if they all stay linked up. The 11 of Musa off turn 4. Final time. He is blocking the yellow line. Up to the line. Stage 1 winner, Musa. What a stage finish. Musa made a move up the middle for the win of the stage. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. What just happened? The 66, I thought in the turn 1, he was going to be the guy to win the stage, but the help just wasn't enough. A lot of people bailed on that, trying to get as much track position as possible, and that really hurt them. As now we see the 66 got 5th, I'm guessing, in the stage from where he was. I do not know the exact timing and scoring, but I know the 11, 16, 55, 23, and it looks like 66 were the top 5 in the stage. I'll try to find everyone else. It looks like the 24 was behind the 42. The 42, that's big. He was one of the first cars that actually pitted on the caution. He still got points. Yeah, he got 6th. Tanner got 7th. The 2 car got 8th. And then the 9 car rounded out the top 10. The 44 got 9th. So, yeah, they're trying to sort stuff out in the back. It looks like the 48's trying to pass some people. They're all causing a check up. The 77 just doesn't want to go. I don't know what that is, but that's really messing up the cars behind. The 18 just took a huge jump. That's AJ. And we're seeing a lot of guys peel off. Who will pick their poison and stay out? Almost no one. Someone did, though. I think I know who it is. I was clicking the wrong button. I'm pretty sure I know who just stayed out. Yep, I think I know. I need to scroll to him. Hendrick 9 Chase is your new race leader. Flipping the stage, he's got help from the 38. Basically from last. He started in the last row, I'm pretty sure, or the second last row, and now he leads the virtual Great American Racing Arc. He has the 38, and then the 42 of Zach. Zach's strategy, I'm guessing there, was to top off on fuel. I don't think he took tires, which makes a lot of sense. So now I'm going to go and find the stream because I want to read some of the comments, because why not? Why not? That's just fun. Reading the comments is fun under caution. Get in here. Alright. Just kind of scanning through. The 7 car of Hendrick will lead us back to the green. We're talking about lap cars in the VC, in the communication VC. I'm just kind of eavesdropping on that. The 48 goes to the outside. The 48, I have no idea who that is. Let's figure out who that is. I'm learning this league bit by bit. Dallin. The 4 car is the free pass, is what I'm hearing. He is gonna go around in behind, which I think means we are I'm pretty sure we've already unchoosed. We might be choosing at the line here, if I could guess. But the 4 is gonna have to come around, wasting one more lap of green flag potential, or potentially green flag laps. And that's gonna help the 7 car of Hendrick. It's gonna help him save some fuel. Just have to make. I don't think you can make it on no pit stops. But for Hendrick, what really will hurt him is if he wasn't very careful, he might be a lap or 2 short. His best bet might not to be leading this race. But I don't think he cares. Knowing Hendrick, knowing how he is, I don't think he cares about fuel. I think he's just going to hope for a caution and try to lead as many laps as possible. The 38 car will be behind him. Maybe not directly behind. Maybe he chooses the outside. The trend has been not to choose the outside. We've seen it on pretty much every restart not working, except for when Musa chose it. And it didn't even initially work out for him. He was just able to get in line and make a run late. So I don't think we see anyone take the outside until maybe about 5th place, I want to say. We saw the 48 take it. He's in 4th. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something along the lines of that happen again. Now, we are choosing. I heard we are choosing this time. The 4 is, I'm guessing, caught up to the back of the field. I don't really want to pan the camera to check. The 7 obviously picks the bottom. 38 bottom, 42 bottom, 48 top. He showed his cards last lap, and he shows them again. 48 goes to the outside, followed by Electric, and it looks like the 66 of speed is also going to be on the outside. Most people pick the bottom, though. A couple guys further on in the pack pick the outside, because why not? I mean, you're already in the back. Might as well gain some positions while you can, gain some free positions, because not a lot of people pick the top, so you can gain like 5, 6, maybe even 10 positions by going to the outside, but you might lose them all when everyone starts filing down and fitting in. But sometimes the gamble pays off. Talking about a gamble, that's what Hendrick is working right now. He's going, it's green, A really weird restart. I just had a speech impediment for a second. And that's going to really hurt the 48. He already lost 3 car lengths. And he is just losing more. The 66 bails immediately. The 48 is fading. Fading fast. The 99 is behind him. And the whole outside lane is starting to fade. As Hendrick 9 Chase leads us. Currently down the back. Who will lead the first lap of stage 2? We got the 38. Then we got Zach Electric behind him. And is that Speed? Yeah, that's Speed. And Musa, the stage 1 winner. 38 looks like he's backing up for a run. Hendrick does not care. He will do anything he can. Lap led to Hendrick. He's going to lead at least one of them now. The outside still hanging strong. The 66 goes back up to the outside. The 48 did not want to bail. That was admitting defeat. He did not want to do that. The 66 jumped up ahead of him, and they're chugging along on the outside. Oh no, contact. 23 in the wall. He comes back down in the traffic. One car around, that's a 27. Everyone avoids though. 27 is around. No caution from what I heard. The 23 is also fading now. He's going to get in ahead of what I think is the 4. I can't see from all the way back there. However, at the front, that just killed the outside. And now Hendrick's going to lead another one. 51 car ahead. I do not know what's happening with him. 38 backing up for another run. This time, will it be an actual run and will it work? That is the real question. That is happening. I'm turning my R's into W's right now as this race goes on. We see the outside's able to hang because you see the 38. He's not pushing the 7. The 7 is basically all by himself. And the 38 not pushing, well, the outside is. It is really helping them. It has allowed them to stay there. If not even gain, they have gained a lot. They are surprisingly close. They are the closest they've been since the exit of the tri-oval off on the first lap. 50 car almost in the wall behind. 51 car is just ahead. Not a good day for the 50s in car numbers right now. I think the only good 50s car number right now is the 55. At least running good. And he's not even at the front right now. I can't tell where he is actually. Let's figure that out. Let's go on a little adventure. Then that is at the kind of back of this pack. Yeah. We see Musa, the stage winner. He is in a hornet's nest right now, basically. He's the 99 of Boom, and also Dizzy on the outside. Oh, Hendrick jumped up to the high lane. 51 did not want to let anyone by, forcing the 66 almost into the wall, if not in the wall. The 51, I'm worried about that. He cannot stay on the tri-oval for long. Here he comes merging. Oh man, they're almost wrecking behind them completely. They're all backing off, almost like it was a caution, but it isn't. The 51's just letting everyone by. 99 trying to side draft as much as he can off the 11. It's not going to work. Hendrick, I could not tell if he just blocked it or if they all just pulled up to the high line. Oh, whoa! 55 almost right there. I'm pretty sure the 66 almost did too. Scrolling through right now. Hendrick is still your leader. 38 behind him. The 38 car of... drumroll, please. Shake and Bake. There's a checkup. 31. That is Nathan in the almost in the glass. Yeah, Hendrick still leads though. Shake behind him. Electric and Zach. I couldn't tell exactly what car that was. Boom leading the outside. Contact between the 48 and someone else. 18 in the wall. Followed by the 12, I'm pretty sure that was. They also clipped the wall. No, that was the 77. My bad. There's a car in the back that is off pace. He is not in the draft. Unfortunately for him, it's going to be a long stage 2. We see not really anyone... Like, Hendrick hasn't got much of a push, which is actually kind of hurting him when we think of it, knowing he has less fuel than the guys around him. at least most of them. Maybe not the 38. Actually, the 38's been saving, so I think he has enough. Not enough, but he's somewhere close to the guys behind him. Well, Hendrick does not. 50 car almost hit the wall. I barely caught that as the camera panned. The 99 is Boom. He is leading the outside. The 48, I don't think, has left the outside since the restart, and for good reason. They've been so close so many times so far, and it just keeps getting closer. They have a good group of cars that are not really bailing on that lane, which is really allowing them to stay there. They're doing some pretty good side drafts, and they're also getting help from the 38 car backing off. 38 car not pushing the 7s, allowing the outside lane to keep there. I wonder if that's a tactic done by the 38 right now. We don't really know. We don't have communication much of at least drivers POV. We have communication of race control, but that's pretty much it. So we don't know what the 38's doing, but that was the first time he pushed the 7 since probably the restart, and for good reason. The 17 of Electric is chugging on the outside. Hendrick has got to get clear. Will he force a move? Probably not. Oh, there's a side draft. 77 to the point. He has the help from the 99. 77 is clear. Does he go down? No, but he does lead the lap. 48 car with them, and followed by the 2. Now the bottom lane's starting to kind of push. Not really, actually. They're still there. They're still not really pushing, which is very surprising. The outside running high up the track, trying to not allow the bottom to side draft and pull them back up. A lot of people either... Was that signaling there? Were they signaling that they're going to pit? Whoa, the 17 is in the grass. Same with the 99. Almost in the grass. I think that a lot of people are pitting. The 2 is left out on the outside. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a whole pack of cars, a whole slew of cars potentially pitting this time. That's what it was. Here comes half the field. It's almost everyone. We almost had a wreck. They all get it fanned into the pits, and pretty much clean. I know we see a contact, whatever this is, but it's not really. It's not like, yeah, it's not actually happening. Hendrick in the, as I like to say, Chad Canal's pit box, being the first pit stall, or the last one, however you want to say it. The first one that you see when you come down to the pits, at least. That's what it is. Very cool, to say the least, and especially in a race like this. A lot of these guys kind of merge out pretty nicely. I can't tell you who is the leader right now. Let me go and figure that out, actually. Electric Tech is in the pits. I cannot tell. The 42 is the leader. So the 42 is leading this pack. That is Zach. Zach was a guy who topped off. He pitted under the caution. Then they restarted with 2 to go on the stage. He pitted again during the stage break and topped off. He did not take any tires from my knowledge, and he was able to really gain some track position from that, and now he's leading. He has Musa all over his bumper. The 77, I don't know who that is. Let's figure that out. Go on a little adventure to figure out who the 77 is. That is Nascar 09 Rocks. Very interesting. Tanner working with Jackson. Just kind of scrolling through and seeing all the parodies that, the pairings that I guess is happening. We see the 99 of Boom. He was one of the unlucky ones. I'm guessing he sped, or he came out with no friends. That is what happens when you lose your friends at this track. It happens like yeah, it happens like that. You fall a lap down. The 99 of Boom was leading this race. He was the second driver, or the third driver, to lead this race. He led, oh wow, he was the first driver to make a pass for the lead, an actual pass. And now he sits at the tail end of this pack, just trying to hope that he gets a caution after all these guys pit. We see the top 3 kind of getting some space. It looks like AJ's backing off. Can't tell you if he's backing off for a run or if he's backing off just because he wants to. Who knows? But what we know is that these guys are more organized than the other guys. Here's the other guys. Here is this pack that is opposing the lead pack right now. These guys are the guys that we saw just pit. They all finally got linked up. Finally, now they are need to click off the fastest laps they have almost ever turned at this track if they want to have a shot. And see, this can work out. And we see a lot of guys not really pushing, kind of saving, chilling here, which is really cutting off the speed that could be happening could be generated from this front pack, which is allowing the second pack. It's not really the second pack, but it's the only other major pack in the field so far. It's allowing them to just click off laps and potentially be gaining. This is what we're going to see. If these guys can undercut, they can make it between them if they do it right. If they don't gain enough time on, like if they start losing time to this pack here, which is kind of separated right now, then it'll be between this pack. Whoever comes off of pits in the front pack of this, out of these guys here, will be it'll be between them for the stage win. It's gonna be very interesting with no cautions. The 8 and the 12 are coming out of the pits. Don't merge onto the track, I hope, at least. And they didn't. It looks like, I can't tell you what car that is. There's too many cars that look similar. I couldn't tell you the exact car that looks like. It's the 78 of Cody LeBear. He's gonna pull up to the high lane. I think that is. Yes, that is. Okay, I'm correct. Finally, I'm correct. Alright. 44 behind the 18 behind the 77, 77 behind the 11, and the leader of the race currently is the 42. How many laps have been clicked off? 48 apparently. We are almost at halfway. This is lap 49 of the race so far. At the end of next lap will be the halfway mark in the race. It is looking very, very interesting. Also, that will mark 10 to go. At the end of next lap, we'll have 10 to go on the stage. Very interesting. We see a second pack kind of forming back there. I wouldn't necessarily count that as a major pack. That's not like a battle for the stage win. But that is a pack. If you want to classify that as a pack, if you want to classify that like as like a pack, then go ahead. Yeah. This pack had to get by cars, oh wow, this 55 got put into the wall. It was a huge checkup. That's gonna lose them a lot of time. That sucks. We see guys that are either coming out of the pits or just being lapped. The 24 was the initial leader of the pack. I'm guessing he lagged the rest of the pack, which wouldn't be that much of a surprise. Knowing Tanner, knowing his internet, that kind of happens sometimes. Yeah. Zach still leads though. Musa behind him. Zach's going to give up the lead. Try to fall in third place. That worked perfectly. Musa's back to the lead. Your stage 1 winner. He is now giving up the lead to the 77. There is a couple cars into the pits. 2 of them to be exact. The 44 and the 2. Musa was able to get in behind the 77. 77 leads now. Musa, and then Zach, and then AJ behind him. Who's the 19? Let's figure that out. Oh my god. Some of these names I'm not used to, so I apologize if I'm just calling certain cars the 77 car, or the 19 car, or whatever. I'll get used to the names. I'll get used to the names as I start doing more of these. But for now, I'm trying my best, as I said at the start of the podcast. Anyways, pretty good so far. This pack is now starting to get organized, and that's the thing that this pack here did not want. They're having to now get by cars, slower cars that don't have draft or are coming out of the pits. We see the 44. This is a big indicator of where the pack is right now. The 44 is coming out. He looks like he's going to be at the tail end of this draft. He might lose it. What that is saying, the 44 pitted from the middle of the pack. Right now, this pack would get track position, but they wouldn't get what they initially well, they wouldn't be able to put the race between them. That is the thing right now that could be so important, is putting the race between them. I was just reading the chat. Fun. Alright. Jackson is in the second pack. He is the leader of the second pack. Or third pack. Or whatever pack you want to call it. Zach is in third right now in the race. Correct? Let me check that. Actually. Fact checking stuff. Yes, he is the leader of the race. I figured that. There is 3 cars going a lap down. I don't know if this is them going many laps down or just one. It looks like the 50 car. I think that's the 8 car also. They're not close enough for me to tell exact. I just know that 50 car because that sticks out like a sore thumb. 77 all by himself is pitting. I cannot talk. Jeez. Jeez. Alright, 77 pitted by himself. And the back of this pack is not really that organized. 78, not 77, 78 is a lap down, so that's very interesting. He is, but yeah. Now let's see. So we saw the 77 pit from the lead. Where is he going to come out compared to the 16, 17, 31 and the rest of this pack? Here he comes. Oh my god, he is far behind. If that says anything, it says this pack is dangerous. They are flying right now. I said they had to put in personal bests right now, and they are doing that. They are flying right now, and this is just not what you want to hear if you're in this pack. This is so bad if you're in this pack. A lot of Toyotas in this pack. This kind of seems like the Toyota pack mixed with a couple Chevys. We see Fords and Chevys working together. It seems like the Chevys are split. We have the main Toyota, we have the Toyotas, we have the Fords, and then the Chevys are split right down the middle. They're kind of just working with whoever they feel like it. Whoever's their friends, whoever they want, that's what it seems like it. And all these guys are pitting. The 18 of AJ sailing it off in. Does he make it? Watch out for the hill. He does. I think the 42 also had a good entry. Everyone else is going to be at risk. And now here comes the question. How is Jackson and the rest of this pack gonna kind of cycle out compared to the front pack that just all pitted? This is the moment that will define the stage finish. Here we come. Coming out of the pits. A couple cars there. I don't see. Oh wow, they are far back. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hold on. So what happened was, I'm guessing they either took too much stuff or this pack was just flying, or both. Probably both. Because this pack is like a half a lap ahead, and it is now this is where, as a driver, now you understand, okay, this is where we know if I'm in this pack, I know, okay, I'm gonna have a good shot at stage points. If I'm at the front of this pack, I have a good shot to win the stage. It's just gonna be who decides to stop working with people and start doing their own thing. Whoever can do that to the most success can potentially steal the stage away from Jackson. Will Jackson block like hell? Yes, he will. That is not even a question. That's a question that has already been answered months ago. Will there be a run, though? We don't know. I'm almost guessing there will be. Yes, probably. When does it come? Does it come with 2 to go? Does it come with 1 to go? Does it come with 3 to go? Who knows? Now, what I know is it is 3 to go. Does it come now? Ideally, you want to make it... Actually, it doesn't really matter. If you're further back, you might want to make your move now. If you're at the front, you might want to wait till the last lap. The reason further in the pack you might want to make a run now is because you have to try something. You have to catch them off guard. You're not going to win the stage from P5 or P6, most likely, unless the whole field wrecks. Well, you can win the stage from second, third, even fourth. So it's really going to be interesting. We see the 66 already backing up for a run. 38 has that covered. 16 tried to jump up. 38 did, though. And now will Jackson block? It's not a big enough a run. It's not to Jackson's office yet. It might be, though, if they get all linked up. Yeah, Jackson didn't have to do anything about that. 2 to go, a lap and a half to go, actually, to correct myself on that. A lap and a half to go. 7 bailed, and that's going to leave Tanner all alone on the outside. And no, he has the 44. It's going to be, though, 1 to go this time. Jackson going to try to break as much draft as he can. He's got 1 more lap to do it. Correct? Yes, he has 1 more lap to do it. This is the white flag. He's going to give them absolutely no draft. As least amount of draft as possible. That's why you see him running the outside. He's going to make a late block and catch off anyone trying to make a run. It is probably the best strategy to block a run instead of just staying on the bottom and giving them draft. You see him breaking the draft like something you'd see from the Indy 500. Well, it's the Daytona 500. Here comes the run. The 17 to the high lane. 31 has a run. He's gonna push Jackson. Will the 17 have any momentum? He has cars. Will it be enough? Off turn 4. Stage 2 with no competition is gonna go to Jackson. Stage 2 winner is Jackson. And Nathan tried. It was just too little, too late. Number 16 is your stage 2 winner. Very interesting. We saw kind of Nathan hesitate for a second, like he was wanting to go up to the high lane. He did not, though, inevitably. And he just elected to push to 16. Trying to make a run late off of 4 just wasn't enough. We're getting all sorted out now, as it looks like the 27's trying to get his lap back. I think he is allowed to. I think he may have been the free pass at that. But we see the 11 be the stage 1 winner. We see the 16 be the stage 2 winner. We have seen a pass, 2 kind of different stages. We saw a pass on the last lap for the stage win in stage 1. In stage 2, we didn't see a pass in the last 5 laps of the race, pretty much. So, yeah, we didn't see a really pass for the lead. We saw a battle. Off turn 4, it was pretty much uncontested both stages. But the pass for the stage win ended up happening in stage 1 with 1 to go, in stage 2 with about 5 to go when the front pack pitted. Pits are apparently closed, which is throwing some drivers off. Pits are open apparently now, as that's a kind of late call, but it's enough of a call to pull everyone into the pits. Will anyone try some sort of strategy? The answer is yes. I almost just had a hiccup. I can't tell you who that is. Let me figure out who that is. 77 stayed out. There's a car ahead of him. 51. I think they just took the wave around now. I could be mistaken about that. Now, Jackson should be the winner off pit road. This is what we're gonna see. The race off pit road. Oh, Jackson had a slower stop. 18 is your winner of the race off of pit road. 40, followed by the 42, 11, 23, 19, and your stage 2 winner, the 16 of Jackson. Jackson, I couldn't tell if he had a slow stop or if people just took less. I could guess the 16 took less. I could predict the 16, not 16. I could predict the 18 and the 42. I actually think everyone there took less than they needed to, or probably just didn't take tires for that matter. That was probably the strategy. To give up stage points so you can get track position late. We are seeing this here, and we will see this on probably road courses this season. It's a mix of, do you want to win the stage or get stage points, or do you want to go for track position, what could be inevitably the win? Some people say it's between stage points and the win. Here, not necessarily. The stuff can catch off guard. You can get a caution if really it's possible to get a caution. We see Zach go to high lane, Jackson go to high lane, Speed follows him, but AJ, the race leader, is on the bottom, followed by Musa on the bottom also. But here, it's kind of a little bit different, but still, track position matters. We've seen how key it is to be in the front about 5, so you can kind of control the race. A lot of people were having runs. Yes, you can make a run from 10th place. Would it work though inevitably? Most likely not. It was kind of just, you had to slowly chip away until you got into the top 5, got into a position to lead the stage, or to lead the pack. Now we see the top 4 pretty much from the start all lead us to the green, and the leader is AJ on the bottom. I just had a stutter fest. However, Zach got a good start that's going to allow him to get in. I'm pretty sure that's legal. I'm pretty sure he didn't jump the start, which is going to leave Jackson on the outside now that the 42 jumped down, and oh, I thought the 14 was about to door slam someone on the bottom. Here's the side draft. The side draft is very powerful in the next gen cars, and you're seeing that in full effect. We've seen it about twice. The 17 pulled the side draft late. I'm pretty sure in the middle stage 2, or late, well, in stage 2, in stage 1, or late in stage 1, it may have been. Actually, I don't even think it was stage 1. I think it was stage 2, early in stage 2. We saw the side draft there. To no avail, though. He pulled them back, but not enough. And Jackson's all, I wouldn't say left by himself, but he doesn't have much help. And he's going to immediately bail when he gets the option to. And now we see most of the guys that have controlled kind of the middle, the start to middle of the race, be the 42, 18, 11, 23, 19. Wonder why? Because they're all working together. We have seen this kind of already start to unfold. We're seeing this start to happen. Guys are starting to really show their alliances right now, and we're seeing this. We're seeing kind of 2 different, again, I mentioned this when we talked about the different packs in stage 2, and we will see this probably here again in stage 3 for a 40 lap dash. It's actually probably less than a 40 lap dash, but we're seeing this kind of pack control. But it seems like if it goes green all the way, that second kind of alliance, I guess you could say, always gets the best of them. However, stage 1 did get won by Toyota. That was Musa with a great move. Now, if we get a caution late, I say these guys are the guys that you want to worry about. If it goes long, I don't know. The strategy is going to be all over the place. We've already seen that in the first 2 stages. We're just seeing that more. 3 wide in the middle of the pack. We just had a crash. It's another big one. A car went under another car. I'm pretty sure the 27 drove under another car. And that may have been the 15. Not this 15, the other one. There's 2 of them in the race. But a lot of cars caught up in it. Most guys that were riding around the back, or I wouldn't say riding, they were 3 wide. Just not a lot of space to go. Oh no though, for a big race like this, not many cautions we have seen so far. Zach is currently leading. AJ also is in second. Yeah, just that was a prime example of people running out of room, and we just saw it exactly happen there. A lot of cars bouncing off the bottom. That's why it's very tough to side draft in the corners, because people always hit the apron, kind of bounce off, they snake, as you would like to call it, as some drivers call it. So it's very tough to side draft on the outside without getting hit further up the track, and that just kills your momentum. Now we see with 3 wide, there's not a lot of room to go, so when the bottom starts snaking, you really don't have much room to give. And that's where the problem lies, and that's kind of what happened. The bottom started snaking, left pretty much no room in the middle, and it caused the poor 78 or 15. Pretty sure 78 was in the middle of it, but it caused the cars behind him to get caught up. One of them being the black 15 car, black and red 15 car. Who is that? Black and red 15 car. Tyndall. Don't make fun of me if I'm wrong in that. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. Tactical Shop is the 2 car. Electric obviously 17. I'm kind of just scrolling through. Carman or Freedom or whatever you want to call him. He is the 27. A couple people stayed out. Let me go and find people who stayed out. Yeah. It looked like a lot of the front guys stayed out, and the 43 stayed out too. A lot of guys will see a mix of 4 tires, 2 tires, and a splash and go. I think we saw a splash and go from the 78 car. He gained, I think, a couple positions. Maybe not. I may be wrong. A couple guys having to repair damage, otherwise you'll be very slow until you get another caution. So it's very important to repair damage. As we see, backflip kid in the 4. Stotts is in the pits. I can't tell if he is out of the race. I will have to follow up on that later. Huge check up here. Could have gave someone damage. We can't tell because obviously every car already has damage on our screen. So that's a little bit of a small issue. But yeah. 43 and the 14 apparently need to stop. I'm pretty sure that's just because they are ghosted on someone's screen. So in order so that person doesn't drive straight through them because they're a ghost car, and ends up wrecking them and causing a huge wreck, it's just they tell that car, hey, just stop until you ghost it, like completely park it until you ghosted, and then hit the throttle and unghost, and then you can keep going on your day. And electric just spun. Oh wow, there's a huge crash. Hendrick was one of the main victims of it. Electric, I don't know if he just wrecked himself or he spun or got hit, but either way, Hendrick now has to pit. Same with many other people, I'm guessing, with the damage that they now probably have. Also, we're going one more lap because of that, so the restart got called off, which means Choose Cone got called off, so we'll have to wait another lap for Choose Cone. But most people have already played their cards. Who will pit for damage? We know Hendrick in the 7 will. The 31 of Nathan is in. The 17 of Electric is obviously in. He's one of the guys who did spin. Hendrick again with the first or last pit stall, however you want to say it. And I'm pretty sure Stotts is out of the race. I did kind of a follow-up on that, I guess. And yes, he is out of the race, from what I know. Hendrick is coming out of the pits now after quickly repairing his damage. You can kind of see all the pit boxes along the side. Yeah, pretty cool to look at all of them. And especially when you have a big race like this. We're going to see how's Nathan rejoin. Hendrick gets out pretty fine. Electric, then Nathan, so 3 cars that pitted, obviously pitted for damage, because you wouldn't just naturally pit. But now that can give them an advantage. Now they start at the back, but they have more fuel if they did decide to take fuel. They could have just potentially not, and that'd be fine. But knowing some of those drivers, I think they did. Take even if it's a tiny bit of fuel, 1 lap more, 1 lap matters. And especially now, they're in the back, as long as they stay out of trouble and stay within the front, stay like, attach that front pack, they can save a lot of fuel. I'm pretty sure they might get their positions back because it wrecked, or I'm just lying to myself. I think I'm just lying to myself, because Hendrick, who was about near the front, is not anymore. He is There. Yeah, Boom picks the outside. 23 again. We saw him play his cards to go to high lane earlier. He's followed by Shake in 38, and he is followed by Speed and Boom. 99 of Boom is going to the wheel. I don't know if he's actually just... Oh, he's getting a spot back. I don't know what was happening there. I don't know if his controller died or something. Probably something happened. Well, not probably something. Happened. Something did happen. Something weird happened. But, I mean, it's Boom. Weird stuff seems to happen to him. Me knowing him personally. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, it looked like really a lot of lines did not get going. A couple cars in the middle of the pack did not get going. Either way, we are going. Zach on the inside. The 23 on the outside. He is clear. Does he abandon Speed on the outside? Yes, he does. The outside still has momentum, though. Boom, Speed, and Dizzy on the outside. And the 78. They're all pushing as hard as they can, but the bottom is pushing too. However, the outside has momentum. They also have the run off the corner. They're still gaining time. Eventually, they're going to have to bail. It might be, yeah, it's definitely going to come at a cost. That cost being the 78 car not being able to get to the bottom, but the 99 and the 66 both did. It's kind of a weird pairing, 99 and 66, you know. If you flip the 66 upside down, you kind of get 99, or vice versa. Either way, pretty cool. 16 almost wrecked. I don't know what he was doing, but in the middle of the pack, he went up and then he went down. I thought he almost wrecked himself. He probably almost did wreck himself, but, or something along the lines of that. We see, again, the snake effect. People hitting the apron. Now, here's a huge checkup. Now, down the straightaways, I don't know how, you can't hit the apron. I don't know how. The apron is flat. In the corners, it's banked. Down the straightaways, it's flat, so hitting the apron isn't that big. It's just down the back that the straightaways... Actually, in this little short chutes here, it's also flat. But in the travel, there's also banking. But we mainly talk about in the corners when we talk about hitting the apron. When we bounce, we see that happening. You see, the 11 did it there. He popped the apron, kind of came up. He was kind of lucky because he didn't hit as hard. If you hit it hard enough, you can get sent like a lane up the track, and... The reason that's bad is because when we talk about the bottom being such a preferred lane, that instantly sends you off the bottom, and if someone isn't too nice behind you or isn't working with you, they just fill that gap immediately, and you can't get back down unless you want to wreck them, which is probably not smart to do, knowing any repercussions on the way. 23 is left out now. Looks like he tried to make a run, and it did not work. Speed up to the lead now. I don't think Speed's led all race. He may have. I may have just missed it, or I just forgot about it. Boom has led, definitely. We talked about Boom going a lap down. Here he is. He's back. He is, again, it's a long race. We say, you can go a lap down. Boom came from leading the race to a lap down. Now they're second. This is prime example. The race is not over until it's over. The race is not over until the checkout flag is waved, and that is just a prime example of that. Boom has been up and down this race, and same with a lot of people. Pretty much everyone has. I wouldn't be surprised if every driver has at least been in the mid-20s at one point in this race, if not the 30s or late 20s. Whoa, the 15 almost just wrecked behind them. It looks like there's a second pack, and this is the 15s. The 15s are colliding, sending the 4 away, and now there's 3 packs. This is where the panic starts to settle in, as they're like, wait, we can't lose this pack. So you see them instantly forming in line, trying to go, and just like that, we have one big old huge pack again. I was about to say family. It's not really a family though. 9 is all left by himself. Whatever. I've stopped trying to correct myself. It's just kind of gone with the flow. It's pretty much what I've been doing this whole race. 2 apparently gave someone damage, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a 22 in the race, so 2 gave someone damage. Don't know where the 2 is. I don't really want to go on a scavenger hunt, but I will. Just because, why not? I found the 2. 2 is right here. Apparently he gave some damage, so he's going to the back. Oh man, the 8 just got wrecked. Is that a caution? No. I was trying to listen in, that's why I stopped talking for a second. I kind of want to do a crank it up, but I don't feel like I should because like the engine sounds like that loud. I don't have a way to turn them up mid-race, so I might not do a crank it up because yeah, I've been pretty much talking non-stop for what has been the last pretty much hour. 2 car on the outside of 15. This is for what could be I think like 28. 77's dropping back. Definitely very important to get track position. A lot of these guys back here, maybe besides about Jackson, 44, a lot of them haven't had much track position the whole race. 2 just slammed the wall. He popped off the wall. Now, that is legal. You can wall pop here because it doesn't help you. It actually hurts you way more than it does. But when we go to a short track, no, you cannot do that. Speed now still leads though with Boom behind him. It seems like once you get to the front, you start to get patient, you start to chill, and we see that happen. We see a lot of like the front like 10 to 12 are all kind of in line, giving each other space, chilling, even saving fuel. Well, we cut right to here, and look at this immediately. Side by side racing, everyone trying to get as much track position as possible because you have to. You can't sit around and wait if you're sitting back here in the 20s or teens. You have to get to the top 10. You even have to get to the top 5. So it's going to be very important to regain track position. I didn't see the... I just saw Hendrick for like the first time in a couple of laps. I thought he lagged out for a second. I was confused why I didn't see him, but no, he just blended in. 33 car Nathan in the sucker hole, and he got down ahead of Hendrick. I gotta think that was him letting him in. And now there's a huge checkup on the bottom as for whatever reason that's gonna allow the outside. I'm stretching. That's going to allow the outside to gain momentum, and we know how the outside works off the corners. Just take a look at that. They are still moving. They are halfway down the back stretch, and they are still going like they just exited turn 2. They are even now almost with the leader. They're even with 3rd place. Contact. Almost the whole field is side by side. The whole front pack beside Speed. What lane does he go? If he doesn't block the high lane, Boom might just go to the lead. Car in the wall. That's 2 of them. And it was I think Nathan and someone else. Oh, the 78 got hit. He is fine though. He got hit by the 50 car. The outside's starting to fade. They still have a lot of cars though. They're just trying to regroup after they lost 2 of their cars. We see they are still hanging in. Oh my god, the engine was loud there. Speed went up to high lane to pull Boom along. He goes back down to the bottom. Boom, he's trying to block the 51. The 51 tried to force his way in. Boom said, not today, and is going to stay the leader of the outside. That was very huge for Boom. If he didn't block that, he was going to be stuck on the outside of 3 wide for a while. And he would have lost a lot of track position. Instead, he's still able to battle for the lead. Speed's still pretty much clear. No, he isn't now. Here comes Boom with the momentum from the high lane. Does he go? Will he get clear? No, he won't. The bottom is better for the corners, but down the straightaways we see the outside working just because they're more organized. They also get the run off the corner. There's the 8 car who got wrecked in a lag wreck earlier, or a checkup, both of them, probably. Boom got the side draft. We saw the side draft kind of work a couple times. The 99 and 66 still side by side though. Boom on the outside, the 99. Speed in the 66 on the bottom. Boom has momentum. He doesn't necessarily have the cars that Speed does. but he definitely has the momentum. Now the momentum's starting to switch in favor of the 66. We also have the 8 probably giving draft to the bottom. If not, he definitely is now. He's got to find a way to get out of the way. The best bet is just to hug the wall. Yeah, 8 car is going to be pretty much in the wall. That killed the outside. Speed signaling, and a couple cars behind him also signal. This is going to be very interesting. We saw this happen last stage. 3 wide in the middle is the 23. Contact. They're about to wreck before they get into the pits. Speed is going to peel off probably now. Yes, he does. Here comes a whole slew of cars. They all fan out as they go into the corner. Contact. Not into the corner. Into the pits. They were 5 wide. And we see a lot of the same guys that pitted at the middle of stage 2. Now pit in the middle of stage 3. 21 to go. They have 21 laps on fuel. They now just hit 20 to go. It is close on fuel. They probably should have waited one more lap, if I'm being honest, but they gotta do whatever they can. This is a risk they are willing to take to win the Daytona 500. The 3 cars going by, and I'm trying to find a guy that Hugh comes. Hugh is the response. Moose is flying into the pits. He's all the way on the bottom. Watch out for the bump. It can make you speed. Moose had a good entry. Same with the 23. You might think the 23 sped. Yeah, this time the Toyota saw what happened last time. They were like, nah, you're not getting away with that. The Fords, if they can get linked up right, will get 1 lap of undercut. How much will that play? I don't know. It might get them track position. That's the only thing it might get them. Tano's coming out now, and most of them are. Tano got a good pit stop. He got a lot of track position. These guys, one issue, aren't linked up. And here comes the Fords and the rest of the Chevys. These guys have to stay on the bottom till the exit of 2. Here comes. You can just see the second pack at full song. And they are already getting many cars. You just see how unlinked the second pack is, and they just blow by them. The chance for the win is fading for these guys. The Tanner Moose have got to do everything they can. They're far back. I don't think they're gonna have to get linked up right now. They're still not gonna be up to speed. It is not going to be enough. They just gotta hope that second pack is able to catch them. And I think they'll back off to them. Now, that is where it is big. Shake and Bake is the leader of the second pack. Here's Tactical Strap, who's just exiting the pits. He decided to pit a lap later, I'm guessing. And now we see how much it hurt him. But now it is the first pack versus the second pack. Fords and Chevys versus Toyotas and Chevys. The Chevys, as we said in stage 2, are pretty much split down the middle in who they work with. It's really who you feel like working with at this point if you're a Chevy driver, and that's probably the best decision. You can kind of work with whoever you want. You can work with your friends, you can do whatever, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Electric tried to kind of force his way in. I don't know if actually he did try, but he did get under. And Shake said, no, you're not doing that. And Electric had to back off. He didn't want to give Shake a penalty for forcing, so he just kind of backed off. Late in the race, though, he won't back off. He'll say, you forced me down there, I'm just going to keep going. And the 3 car went a lap down. Same with the 15. Is also going a lap down here. We're going to see a lot of, well, not maybe a lot, but a couple lap cars here and there kind of placed around the track. We'll just see like a couple one-car packs kind of come around, like come and go as they get lapped. We see the 77 who had some track position, but ultimately not in the right place in the right time, and it is looking like his race is pretty much over. Really, before he even gets a shot, he's about to go a lap down. And now it really does. It depends if the Fords can stay all linked up. I'm mainly just gonna say the Fords versus Toyotas because I don't want to say the Fords and Chevys and the Toyotas and Chevys. So I'm just gonna say Fords versus Toyotas. That's how I'm gonna say it. So I'm sorry if you're a Chevy driver and you're mixed in with one of those packs. I'm just gonna say Fords and Chevys from now on. Not Fords and Chevys. Fords and Toyotas from now on. Talking about from now on, let's go check on the laps. Not lead. How many laps to go? I don't know actually because Electric has his leaderboard up for some reason. God, I love that. Oh, interesting. Some argument happening. Actually, the 44, if I can find him wherever he is, there's a huge pack right here that's not all linked up at all. I'm trying to find the 44. He's somewhere mixed, not mixed in, but he's just probably by. The 44 is sharp. He is in the pits now. The 31, I'm pretty sure. I just spoke a random accent. I'm pretty sure he already pitted. Same with 8. I'm pretty sure 8 was already left down no matter what. But now here they are all kind of working together, I guess. I want to check something, so because I just got a notification on my phone. Jesus Christ, on my phone, they kind of worried me. So yeah. So I'm just checking that right now. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, I thought I used up my data too much. That would have been bad. That would have been pretty bad. Alright, I'm just getting stuff sorted out. Alright, there we go. Sharp pitted. I'm pretty sure Schick is the leader now. Let me check on the track map. Yes, he is. Electric in second now. These guys have. I was 1 second late to checking how many laps to go. Hold on. We'll wait one more lap to check how many laps to go. Don't worry. Don't worry. Pretty cool to see the kind of background around this track. I just wanted to mention that 1 second. Knowing this is probably like one of the last times we'll see a Daytona race here on NASCAR Heat 5. I just want to kind of appreciate the scenery around the track. Pretty realistic from what I know. I went to Daytona for the duels here in 2023, so I didn't really remember what happened. Well, I remember what happened in the race. I don't really remember much about like the scenery, so I couldn't tell you if this is accurate or not. But it's cool. Cool to have kind of some sort of scenery, per se, around the track. But yeah, the 4 is on the outside. 50 cars going a lap down. It's another one of the cars I said is like a single car that's going a lap down. Yeah. Okay, now I can check. So we're on lap 90 of 100. This time by, it'll be 10 to go for Shake and Bake in this whole second pack. They have 10 more laps to hold on to whatever they can to potentially make the race between them. This has been about being on the right strategy, on the right side of history, and right now the Fords are on the right side of history. One driver who's not on the right side of history is the 43 car, who is going a lap down right now, pretty much as we speak. We see a couple car pack just ahead. Also, I say just ahead. They're like 10 seconds ahead. We just saw them in like just barely as they enter turn 3, like. They're like a half a straightaway ahead, but they'll be lapped by the end of this race. Jackson just got sent to the line, but he gets back in pretty solidly. The 4 lost the draft. The 50 car comes in behind and is going to probably stay in the draft. He is going to be on the verge of losing it, but I think he did it right to the point where he will get it. And the 78 looks like he backed up to get the 50 car. So it looks like everything is pretty fine. I'm going to turn down my mic volume. Not like how I speak, but like what I hear in my ear, because I'm almost getting like, almost becoming deaf from how loud the engine sounds are. But yeah, we see all the way in the distance as this pack enters turn 3. We see the other pack exit turn 2, and that's cut to them wherever they are. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's that. Is that the pack? Oh, this isn't, obviously. This is. Yeah, for these guys, it's, you almost gotta think what could have been. Moose, who is the leader of this pack, he won stage 1. Yeah, these guys were the most dominant couple guys, most dominant group of the race, definitely. And they really gotta look back on this one as the one that got away. And I know a lot of these guys are probably sitting around here being like, there's no way we just lost. There's no way, after doing all of this work, after putting all of this in, that we just lost because we messed up the strategy by 1 lap. And now as the 4 car goes lap down to this pack, he's already lap down, but he's just going lap down this pack. He might be many laps down. He just pulled off. He almost didn't for a second, which kind of scared me and probably guys in this pack. But they got that figured out. It doesn't matter. But yeah, they are forming a barricade ahead of the pack. They just split the middle. The whole pack said, nah, you're not doing that. And they just split the middle between the barricade. They were trying to build the wall, and the wall had a hole in it, and the hole got forced. These other 2 cars decide not to make a wall, and they elect to do the safer route and not almost wreck themselves by going lap down. We see kind of a second pack behind there. That's just guys that lost the draft from this pack here. Very unfortunate for those guys. Obviously, you don't want to... You want to have a shot to win, and losing the draft is the most frustrating thing, especially when you're not battling for the win. It's kind of just like, you kind of just get bored after a while, and especially when you're not running in a pack. That's one thing that can definitely bore you. Now, let's take a look. A nice little look at how many laps go. Actually, I can't tell, because you want to know why? Because Electric has his leaderboard up. For the 50th time I've checked this stream. It's fine. I'm totally not slowly getting more and more frustrated with that. But at the line, we can check how many laps to go. We have 6 to go. 5 to go. I just misread that. I don't know why, but it took us laps remaining. It took a while for it to pop up. I thought it just glitched for a second. I was about to like, oh man, that made me more mad. Either way though, guys who are not mad are everyone in this pack, but guys who are mad are everyone in this pack. You can just kind of, it's 2 packs, and yeah, definitely. Again, we talked about being on the wrong side of history. These guys also fall in the category of the wrong side of history. Did everything they could almost possibly do right this race, just for one thing to happen bad as we hit 4 to go. That's cut back to the lead pack as we have a battle for the lead. Boom tried to make a run with speed. It did not work. And now he is fading fast, and his hopes are fading with it too. Oh, contact! The 14 just saved his hopes. Wow, that was a huge bit of contact that happened. The 43, it looks like he got checked up and almost wrecked the 14 because of it. And now that caused a huge gap in this pack, which is a... Oh, it put the 66 in the walls. The 99 made contact. Let's try to find a better view. Hendrick has the best view. He also might have the best view in a second. 3 wide top. Pass for the lead. Hendrick 9 chase. Followed by Jackson Altman to the lead. 51 cars going a lap down. They are side by side behind. Speed, not Speed. Shake's going to have another attempt. He's going to have many more attempts. There is 3 to go now. Hendrick leads. The 51 car is going lap down. He's holding his ground on the bottom. Will Jackson try to beat Hendrick to the bottom? No, that is the answer. However, the 51 making them go 3 wide behind. Oh, crash! Electric just got wrecked by a lap car. He saved it though. One car that didn't is a... There's another car, I think it was the 14. 51 just tried to pass someone in the grass. That does not work here, buddy. 2 to go this time. Hendrick is starting to run the outside. We saw Jackson do this in his attempt for the stage 2 win, which he ended up winning. This time it's a lot bigger of a gap, a lot bigger of a run to block, and this time he's pulling Speed along. Speed said, I'm just gonna jump up to the outside. Why not? Hendrick makes an early block. Jackson going to the outside lane and potentially to the point. They are side by side, even as they come off a 4. White flag is waving. 1 to go in Daytona. There's a couple cars sitting in behind. They're both lap cars. It's going to be who has the momentum. The momentum currently is on the outside. Hendrick's hopes are fading. He has to side draft. He doesn't side draft, but he gets the momentum in the corner. He's got Shake all over his bumper, and Jackson's hopes are fading now. It's up to 1 side draft. The side draft that he's going to get. Here comes Jackson. He's got no help though. Yeah, he's got no momentum. Turn 3. Will Shake try to make a move for the Daytona 500? Hendrick blocking with his life. A reserve driver off turn 4. Hendrick was a reserve driver. Didn't know if he was gonna race until today, and he's a Daytona 500 winner. What a win! What a job by Hendrick 9 Chase! And I actually want to get an interview with him. Oh my god! What did we just see? Wow! I'm sorry for the screaming. I'm as surprised as you are. Wow! I want to see if I can get an interview with Hendrick. I haven't voted, so I want to invite him to the party and see if I can, you know, get an interview with him. Where is he? Hendrick 9 Chase. There he is. Thank God there's actually someone that was that I had funded, so I can actually, like, you know, invite them. I don't care if it's the 250. I'm saying the Daytona 500. Stop. The Daytona 500 is a better ring to it than Daytona 250. So stop, outlaws. Don't bully me in the chat. Hello, Hendrick.
Howdy.
Do you have your voice share on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Thank God you won, because I actually have you funded, so I could do this.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but how walk me through, like, the last couple laps when you made that run 3 wide top for the lead. I was losing it. What was going through your mind, really?
Yeah, they were all trying to get the top and make everybody lose, you know, to straight draft away from the bottom.
Yeah.
So and then they got locked. Electric got locked side by side with Shake, and they stalled out. And Jackson was pushing me, so I just figured that was the right run, and me and Jackson both were able to clear. And then I think 2 to go, coming to the white, they backed way off. Jackson did, and I was able to get picked up by Hunter pretty good and not lose too much speed. And then me and Jackson were just side by side. Yeah. Pretty much the whole way, and then Hunter made 1 last run. And
well, kind of we saw, obviously it was basically deadlock coming into the final lap. What was there anything like you did really to, like, get the edge on Jackson, or was was it just like all relied on push?
Not too much. I was just trying to not let him side draft me as much as possible
Yeah, we
and
kind of,
pull the top.
yeah. He got a run a bit off it too, and he was able to pin you guys down. I think he got a whiff of a side draft, but he didn't have any momentum. That was, yeah. Once you got clear, did you think Shake would try to make a move?
Yeah, I knew he would. I thought it was in a pretty good spot. You're usually in a pretty good spot leading in 3 and 4, but I just tried giving top draft a little bit and keeping him away from it. And he made a good run that could have worked if he didn't get hit, and it kind of stalled it.
Yeah.
And I got a push from Go Boom.
One last thing. I mentioned how you were a reserve driver, and you are a reserve driver. How does it feel to win this to win a race of this magnitude as a driver who kind of didn't even really know that he was going to run the race until like today?
That's it's pretty good. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I just expected to come and run, really, but made people we were working with. We had a good strategy, and it worked out, and I'll take it.
Yeah, you came from what basically was last to first.
Yeah,
and you did it many times. So yeah, 32nd out of 33 cars.
Yep.
That pretty much is last. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to end the stream off here because I don't really have anything to add on to it. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys for the next race, whenever that is. I will hopefully be commentating next Cup race next week, or whenever that is, or what. I don't know if it's next week or if it's on another day. I'll figure that out. Anyways, yeah.